sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, they're champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you and me. Sing it one and all. Join in the chorus. North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, they're champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you and me.
Welcome back, Shimboners. On today's pod, we will be reviewing the 30-point win from our AFLW side against Geelong. To help me break it all down, go through it to our regular segments, and then at the end of the pod, Chief, we'll also be talking about Marcus Windhager and the deal reportedly put in front of him. Lots to talk about, but we'll start with our dominant girls. What was your biggest takeaway?
Back to back, baby.
You've seen enough?
Yep, seen enough. They were pretty good on Saturday, weren't they? Just another win, business as usual. So they're the team to beat.
Yeah, well, my biggest takeaway is that when the whips got cracking, we put our foot down. That last quarter, when it was a little bit too close for comfort at three-quarter time, but the dominant side emerged, and we really put Geelong away and ended up with a 30-point win and saw some great performances that we'll no doubt touch on. But the first one, who I thought was really influential in the last quarter with some serious toe, was Blatheen Bogue. Blatheen Bogue. Yeah, I'm going to go with Blah Blah. I'm going to butcher that name too much. So, Blah Blah was brilliant.
Yeah, good on debut. 2 goals. Serious wheels. And the perfect replacement for Neve Martin.
Agreed.
They're very similar types. Both Irish, of course, as well.
Right, so we've taken some notes. So, let's run through them. Obviously, the first 3 quarters, just to quickly summarise, was a real arm wrestle. But how good was the start from the GOAT? First goal for us, Jazzy Garner, in so similar fashion to what we've seen in the past. She's just a serious threat in front of goal.
Yep, absolutely. Just, again, business as usual. Just carrying on.
But the pressure was right there from the beginning, and we were really fumbly early. A lot of that was due to Geelong's pressure, but also a little bit fumbly. I thought at times we were trying to be a little bit too cute with ball in hand, obviously trying to revert to our game style, but we were unable to execute that due to Geelong's frontal pressure. But someone who I thought was the clear standout in that first quarter with work rate and being really clean with the ball was Kate Shearlaw.
Oh, she was fantastic. I had her best on ground until half-time. She's very good. Great target. Really dangerous forward. Look, by far the most dangerous, because I thought we were a bit fumbly, but so were they. I think it was clearly a first game of the season, wasn't it? Both teams, come around 3 or 4. Well, those little minor skill errors won't be there anymore. But yeah, I thought Kate was switched on right from the start and gave us a great target forward.
Yeah, she was fantastic. Anything else from the first quarter that stood out to you?
Well, I don't want to be too negative, but their 2 goals both came from errors. There was a drop mark, which they crumbed. It was an uncontested mark about 20 metres out from goal. It was one of the ruckmen. I think it was Kim Rennie, but I couldn't get a good look at the number. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry to Kim. But I think it was her, and just they roved what should have been a simple mark. Got a goal, and then the 50. There's a big question. I think the 50 is too harsh a penalty in the W, because 50 out, the person on the mark setting at 50, it's 2 kicks to goal.
Correct.
They get walked to the line, it's an easy goal. And that was against Eliza Shannon for just running through the protected area. And on the replay, she didn't seem to realise what she'd done. So I hope that's a good education, because it's too big a penalty. And Ash Riddell had intercepted the pass. So it was a double bang.
No, I'm with you. And I imagine that it'd be a learning during the week that Croc would have that up and sort of just reiterating, being aware, because, as you mentioned, it's such a huge penalty, and it's something that they've got to address in the AFLW, I think. They've sort of changed rules to help with the game and less stoppages, but they haven't addressed the significance of a 50-metre penalty in a game where it's not the same equivalent as the men, is it?
Yeah,
like a 50
right.
metre penalty in the men. If you're 50 out, you're still a good chance. And unless there's probably 5 or 10% that could probably kick it from there in the AFLW, I reckon. And that's just ends up being a gimme. So
I don't think
it's too high.
anyone in the W can kick it over the mark from 50. Like on a fast play, they can hit.
Well, it's been done in the past.
Has it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Secured a player, I can't remember what her name is. She's done it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I didn't see that, obviously. But yeah, I think a 30-metre penalty would suffice. And we shouldn't be giving them away. I mean, that rule's been around forever, the protected area. We should have trained that. We should know the rule. Don't just wander through.
Yeah, I agree.
So they're just the two negatives from that quarter.
Any other positives before I move on?
For the first quarter, no.
All right, the second quarter, and my favourite moment, and it's sort of towards the end of the quarter, but Libby Birch has that dog in her.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. She sort of pushed over the player, then ended up bumping with two others as she ran back, and sort of set the tone of a bit of a, we got the fight in us.
Yeah, they came at her pretty hard to try and fly the flag and knock her over, but no, stayed on her feet.
She could have easily went down, particularly that second one.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't flop.
Yes,
I don't like flopping, and it probably would have got us a free kick, but nah, good on her, Libby. That's what you want, your hard-nosed defenders.
But she was, just to talk about her and the back line in general in that second quarter, I thought was fantastic. Libby Birch leading the way, intercept possession after intercept possession, often gives away height, but is an absolute competitor. And then Nicole Bresnahan, I want to give her a shout out. I thought her second quarter was really strong as well in intercepting and then getting the ball going back our way as well.
Yep, I agree. I think in the second quarter we got control of the game. We tried really hard to get it from inside to outside, which is our game. It didn't always work because it was a high-pressure game, and that's credit to both teams. But Geelong, I rate Geelong. They're a finals team. They might have finished 10th last year, but they're not the 10th best team in it. They're a highly regarded team, and at their home deck as well.
Just on that, I just want to sort of, if for anyone who's not, this might be your first year tuning into the AFLW, some of the placings last year can be a bit skewed due to not playing each other once, and some teams get harder fixtures. But I wholeheartedly agree, Geelong are a good side, and well, they were the only side to get near us. We drew with them last year in our only sort of minor blemish on our record.
On our record of being the reigning, defending, undefeated champions. I've stopped at the champions because you didn't like me saying champions of the world.
Well, it's a very American thing.
It is, but that's why I was rubbing it back in their face. Because any competition they win, they're world champions, even if it's only them competing.
I'll tell you who had a brilliant second quarter, Chief, and that is our last guest who joined us in the lead up to this game in Ruby Tripodi. She was fantastic, head over the ball. She's got the Tristan Cherry tax. She gets her head smashed all the time.
Yeah,
no free kick.
Can't buy free. Well, funnily enough, we smashed Richmond. I'll just go to the men's. We were there, Boot Park. Ninja, sorry. The women won easily down at the Cattery. We won pretty much every stat in the book except for one in both games.
Free kicks.
Yeah. Anyway,
North Dax.
Interesting.
Another player.
And didn't just lose. So I think it was 5 or 6, the margin. It was quite significant.
Yeah. Bella Eddy. I just want to talk about her as well. I thought she was a real live wire in that second quarter, being very busy, getting involved. And I think it was interesting to note that Ruby said she'd be the breakout star. Quite often, because she's been in the system for a few years, you forget that she's still only that sort of 22 age and a lot of talent there. And I thought she stepped up in that second quarter as well. And in the leadership group as well for such a young player.
Yeah, and when you watch a replay, you really notice, because you haven't got the stress of, a live game, you can sort of relax a bit. You certainly notice all the 1%ers and the little handballs and knock-ons she does. She gets to the right place a lot.
Yeah.
Right areas to crumb. Because I didn't think we could really buy a crumb in the forward line. That's why I was so impressed with Sheila, because she had to mark it and do a lot of heavy lifting. What else have I got in the second quarter? Clearance dominance. We got on top of the clearances, and a big shout out to Kim Reddy for that, doing most of the ruck. I thought the new girl did pretty well when she went in there too. Ariana. But I was going to ask Ruby on the pod, but I forgot who she thinks the most underrated player is at the club. And thinking about that myself, I reckon it's Kim Rennie. She's a workhorse.
I agree.
Yeah, she does a
If
lot.
not
lot
Ruby
of good work.
herself.
Yeah, Ruby probably gets highlighted a bit more.
But she does a lot of the dirty work too.
She does.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
She was top 5 in the most prestigious in the the Carney Award.
Yes, coming up soon, the Amakani Award.
We'll get to that later.
Jazz Ferguson, another one.
Yes.
Talking about underrated players.
Yep.
Amy Smith.
Yes, I thought her game was very, very good, Amy Smith.
Yeah, she might feature a bit
She
later
will
on.
feature.
But just talking about perfection, as you were a bit before, but Jazzy Garner in that second quarter laced out Kate Shearlaw with one of the best kicks you'll see all year.
Yes, dropped it into the bucket.
Yeah.
Who was that? Half described it that way.
Just on that, I thought the commentary team for the AFLW was really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I'll enjoy Half's comments. I enjoy. I feel bad because I can't remember her name, but whoever the lead commentator was, she was fantastic.
Yeah, it's better than the men's, wasn't it? I enjoyed it because you didn't notice it. It wasn't all me, Brian Taylor stuff and how big's the crowd and
Called the game.
Jared Healy talking about Sydney every chance he gets. It was good.
Right, so some notes from the third quarter, and I want to nominate the True Shimbona award for the week for the W. I think it's Kim Rennie. She took a really brave intercept mark going back, not knowing what's coming, and could have got crunched, but put her body on the line, and it just highlights sort of the underrated nature of what you were touching on before.
Yeah, I've got a nomination.
All right, we'll bring it now.
Okay. Amy Smith. Twice she won one-on-ones where she shouldn't have won on the wing. Once when we were going to the left of screen. Socketed off the ground, chased, I think, half the contest. And an even bigger one was they had a loose ball deep forward on, might have been Maloney, who's got serious wheels. And she ran, got to her, put the pressure on, socketed it off, went again, I think socketed it again, went again and tapped it, and then tapped it further forward, got it to the wing, then held it in when I think it was 2-on-1 with her, and then when our troops arrived, got it out and we kept going with it. I thought that was true Shimbona effort, so I'm happy to tie the award.
No, I think we why don't we turn it to the listeners this week?
Okay, yeah.
Put in the comments who you'd like to see. So if the one nomination is Kim Rennie for her back with the flight mark,
Yep.
or the other one being Amy Smith for not one but 2 wins when she was outnumbered 2-1.
Yes.
So drop in the comments who you'd like to see, and whoever gets the most, we'll let the people decide, Chief.
Sounds fair.
Let's talk about one of the biggest talking points from the game. What the hell was going on with the holding the ball interpretation?
It annoys me because I thought they said they were just going to be stricter on it. That is similar to the men's, because as it's been a growing league and a growing skill set for the girls, especially early on, because a lot of them had come from different sports and hadn't played since Auskick, they gave them a lot more leeway with prior opportunity. So I thought they were just going to tighten it up and make it like the men's. But the one thing the commentators kept going on about saying it was a new rule. Well, I don't think it's
a new interpretation.
Yeah, well, that's what they should have said.
Yeah.
So I hope that's all they just didn't quite explain it well enough, because I'd hate it to be a new rule because it was harder than the men's.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Libby Birch got stitched up at least 3 times. Why pick it up? That's what it's going towards.
Yep.
Is if you pick it up, you're just going to get pinged. So we're going to see either people hesitant to pick it up and wait to tackle the other person, or we're going to see a poorer game because people are going to just kick it off the ground.
Yeah, and you've got to protect the ball, the person who attacks the ball, and part of that protection is actually give them some opportunity to get rid of it. So hopefully that'll settle down a bit. Because you can't just follow someone around and wait for them to pick the ball up, then tackle them and get a free kick.
I agree. Moving on, in that third quarter as well, I thought we looked a little bit slow. We didn't kick to advantage, and Geelong really sort of had us in a bit of a grasp there. It was a bit of a stalemate that quarter for the game. We didn't kick a goal. I'm not sure either side kicked a goal, to be honest, and it was just a real arm wrestle.
Yes, yeah, it was. It was a high-pressure game until the rain came, and then that seemed to suit us in the last quarter.
Yeah. And that's when the shackles broke. A perfect segue there, Chief. We'll get to the last quarter, and when it was there to be won, as I mentioned as my biggest takeaway, the reigning premiers put their foot down and really turned it on. And it was led by Blah Blah.
Yeah.
Blatheen Bogue, 2 goals. She also set up another one. I thought playing that position as well, you're not going to be impactful over 4 quarters, but it was her turn. And on debut as well to have that impact. Big tick to her. Thought Bella Eddy, I thought she had a great last quarter. It was a great response. And someone I want to talk about in a bit more detail who I thought was really, really good in that second half particularly.
Muscles.
Mummy Muscles. For listeners out there who didn't catch the Ruby interview, that's Eilise Sheeran.
Yes.
It's her nickname at the club. But she was awesome. And shout out to the Frog. He made a good comparison about her kicking. He said it's similar to Riley Hardiman's, where it's got that penetrating left foot that goes sort of 5 or 10 metres deeper than most.
Yeah.
And it sort of got us out the back a little bit as well. So
gets over the zone defence and gives it into space. And she was really good, particularly in the second half. Yeah, came into the game. And of course, Jazzy. Can't forget Jazzy.
I was getting to last.
Stepped up beautifully in the last quarter and basically thought, we're not letting these other girls.
You're going to drop a carny.
Yeah, I was going to, but I won't because I don't. Geelong all right.
I don't know. Brisbane, I would have dropped
if it was
a
Brisbane,
few
it would have been different. But yeah, we're not. I'm going to drag my team over the line, and with a lot of help. But she led the way, didn't she?
Yeah.
Everyone stepped up. I mean, it's hard to find. You can't find a bad player in the team.
No,
everyone pulled their weight when they needed to.
Exactly. And that's what makes it hard for our next segment, which is the most prestigious award in the AFLW. And for those who might be new to the pod, our award is called the Emma Carney Player of the Year Award, named after, obviously, the skipper, who was our first female guest and has been a 2-time guest on this podcast. So last year's winner was Jazzy Garner, winning it over Ash Riddell, who started really well in the award.
Yep, and who came third? Do you remember?
Don't have it on me, but I want to say Carnes might have snuck back up there after a grand final performance.
She might have. And then Mia King, I think.
Mia King was up there. Sarah Wright was up there as well.
Sarah was up there.
Right, I'll go first. Actually, no, I'll give you the new ball. I took it in the best.
You always take the new ball.
Yeah, you
I'm
go.
just some old off-spinner against the old rugged knucker to just try to hold an end up. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, I've got the shiny brand new one now. I've given 5 to Jazzy, I thought she was fantastic, but number 4, Kate Sheila, like I said, I had her best on at half-time, and she stood up again in the last quarter, probably had a bit of a quieter third, but it's hard. The Cats dominated the third, didn't they? Well, they dominated one of the quarters, I can't remember which one. Second or third. They had a lot of play. Anyway, it's hard as a key forward to be in the game the whole time, or a lot harder than a midfielder, but I thought she was fantastic, gave a great target. Libby Birch, a little bit of mongrel and a whole lot of good football. Love it. Just rock solid in defence and very stiff with a couple of frees against, so they don't come into my calculations. 2 votes I give to Amy Smith. I thought it was one of her best games. She's always been very consistent and underrated, but up and down that wing, and those 2 efforts I spoke about for the True Shinboner Award were absolutely fantastic.
You're trying to just really twist into the listeners.
No,
You're trying to get yours over the line.
No, I will.
I don't mind who wins, because both girls are deserving.
Exactly. I'd be happy with either. And last, and trying to get 1 vote's a bit stiff, but Ash Riddell. But probably pays a bit of the Ash Riddell tax, because we just see it every week.
Right, I'll get into mine. Sort of similar, but I gave 5 votes to Jazzy as well. I thought she was the best on ground. I wouldn't say it was clear, but her class stood out when the game was there to be won. The 4 votes, who was really unlucky not to get 5, gave to Libby Birch. I thought she was such a defensive wall for us. Had 11 intercept possessions, so a really good game from her. Didn't lose a one-on-one that I can remember. She's just so good, often playing outsized in the defence. Big tick to her. 3 votes I gave to Ash Riddell. I thought she was pretty consistent across the 4 quarters. Link in. Her ball use was a big tick for mine in the game where there was such high pressure and some dirty ball, as we like to say on this pod, coming out. I thought she was one that was really good by foot. 2 votes I gave to Kate Shearlaw. Thought she was really good. Can probably consider herself unlucky to only get 2. And then the 1 vote, there was lots of options, but I've settled on Blatheen Bogue. I thought that that last quarter, stood up, kicked a couple of goals, had a goal assist, and a really good debut.
Yes.
We found another Irish
Another
product.
one, yeah. Just tallish, half forward with serious wheels.
Yeah, and the
just,
question...
Just like Neve Martin. So
the question I've
perfect
got
replacement.
is the worry. Who...
I'm going to get to that. Hold that thought.
Okay.
There's someone who played an enormous game in the last quarter.
I was going to talk about her just then, so go.
Was Talia Randall. Just what a really lifted, and what a target she is up forward. So
Talk about an unheralded game.
yeah, so really helped out, and just a great target in the wet too. Wasn't outmarked, brought it to ground. Fights hard for it on the ground. Yeah, really good.
How good do the Guernseys look as well with the girls?
They do.
Brilliant. Good to see them wear the Heritage Guernsey against Geelong, our first opponent in the 1925, back in the VFLW. VFL, sorry,
Yes.
not the W.
Now,
Right.
your question is, how do we fit into this team? Carney, Emma King, and Vicky the Brick Wall. All premiership players, all you would think, well, certainly last year, all locks in the team. And I can't see it changing for this year. It's going to be hard.
I think it
Well,
is.
there's going to be unlucky players missing out.
I think Shannon would be unlucky to
I
miss
thought she'd played
for Carney.
I thought she played quite well,
Yeah.
except for that 50. Was asleep running through the protected area. But apart from that, I thought she was really good.
I think,
But yeah, she will come out. I would imagine
Ariana will probably miss for
she'll come in for King.
King, and then
It's hard.
Vicky Wall gets hard, doesn't it?
It's hard. And how much is she going to enjoy this new interpretation of holding the ball? they'll just run away. They'll drop the ball when they see her coming. And if she tackles them, it should be holding the ball every time, because they can't release when she tackles them. They struggle to get up off the ground when she tackles them. It's going to be hard.
It is. Can I just talk about someone who we haven't mentioned yet, whose game I loved on Saturday?
Yes.
And I think
it's your pod. You talk about who you want.
I think this player goes a bit under the radar. She has won a best and fairest, but Jenna Bruton.
Ah, yes.
Whenever she gets the ball and she's playing an unselfish role as a high half forward,
Yeah, that's
good things happen.
Death corner can be there, can't it?
And she's just so good with the ball. She always makes good decisions. She's not the fastest, but she never gets caught, and she's just a great decision maker, great user, and always puts a teammate in a better position.
Yeah,
So
I had that in my notes.
I want to give her a big tick as well.
Yeah, I had that in my notes for one of the quarters. Great ball use by Jenna. Yeah, it just doesn't waste it.
And it's that position where you do get lost throughout the game. And as I mentioned before, she's won a best and fairest at the club.
Yeah,
playing as a midfielder.
Yeah,
but
our
she's
first ever.
Yeah. So a big tick to her as well.
Yeah, no, we're just a star-studded team. But the best thing is they all play as a team, not as individuals, like we see some teams in the, especially, well, it's noticeable in the AFLW world that there's some people who think they're bigger than the team. They may have statues. That's all I'll say.
And they may be on NABADs.
Yeah.
Play for Richmond. That's not Monconti.
Who's that?
No, Katie Brennan. For those for those playing at home.
I was talking about the other one for Melbourne.
I knew you were talking about Taylor Harris, but
Yeah.
I was offering my nomination.
Okay.
Yes, anyway.
Is that it for the W? What's the leaderboard? It's very early, but obviously Jazzy's on 10. Sheila will be on 7. Oh, you got Bert should be on
7.
7.
So
there's the
they're
top,
the top
3.
three.
They're the top 3.
A bit of live math with the Chief.
Yeah, I know. It was hard. Mainly because I can't read my writing.
Yes. And then just to sort of do a quick preview for this week, Port Adelaide, who we beat in the preliminary final at home, get along to Arden Street. It's going to be a great day as the flag, Chief.
Yeah, the flag gets unfurled.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting. Great day to be a part of, no doubt. So get along and support the girls.
And Emma Carney and Emma King won't play. According to the website, they've still got another week. So they'll come. I think we play Freo in Freo. So that'll be interesting whether they fly over there.
You know my thoughts.
You don't like putting anyone with a stubbed toe on a plane for some reason.
Especially that long plane.
Yeah, well, Emma King is from WA, so you like the go-home factor as well and go and visit the rallies. So you'll probably like her to play.
Yeah, she can. Oh, I don't know. Oh, good luck telling Carnes she's not playing.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'll both play. But Wall would be right to come in, but you can't drop blah blah.
No, you can't.
2 goals on debut and was good. So she might just have to.
I think that's a
wait the
great
wins.
sign of our culture as well.
It is.
That we're
Big
rewarding
tick.
players who have done the hard work.
Yes, as Ruby told us, she came out early and did all the hard pre-season, and obviously she was training in a different sport and playing finals, so good reasons not to come for her as well. But got to reward those who have done the hard yards in the pre-season.
Yeah, so looking forward to this weekend's game. Right, as we said off the top, there's been news break from Kowtoomey today about Marcus Windhager. Apparently we've offered him a 5-year deal.
Well, it would be no less with Brady, but I like it because he's only 22. He should have, and he's a proven commodity, and he should get better. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you.
No, don't be sorry. I was going to throw to you anyway, but my thoughts are he's a strong, big, in terms of physical size, inside mid, who has great defensive running. So I think he could be what unlocks our midfield. So
Yep.
he'll really complement LDU, Harry, George, and I've seen a few comments like, oh, whose spot does he take? He's the perfect long-term replacement for Luke Parker.
Yep.
And the role he's been playing.
Yep.
And he also has the bow that he can tag.
Yeah.
We've seen him do fantastic jobs on the likes of Bontempelli. Rips
Yep.
us up every time.
Yep.
Nick Dacos.
Yep.
He's going to be around forever, so we need
Yeah.
someone to try and combat him. And the likes of that. So I think he'd be a great addition. And with all the money that's being thrown around to St Kilda, it won't be hard to sort of tempt him to come across.
I did hear, I think it was a tumour on Gettable, say that he's best mates with Nasai.
He is. They live together.
Yeah. And Nasai must have more mates than almost money. And we know he's got a lot of money because he's had all his mates at Port Adelaide. But it's not just us interested, of course. But yeah, sometimes if you get in first in these situations with a decent offer, they'll reward that. And Clarko should be able to talk the talk.
Yeah.
So come over, son, lad. Come over, lad. But he may stay. St Kilda got a 2-year offer in front of him as well, so they may up that. But I'm sure we can pay him what he's worth, whereas St Kilda may struggle.
Exactly.
So it'll come down to loyalty for him.
Yeah, and he seems like a loyal person. So obviously that's just the offer that's there. And if we do happen to miss, I don't mind. You've got to ask the question.
Well, that's right.
And people will say another mid, but he's a different sort of
Different type, 185 centimetre, 22 years old. So you're going to get 10 years out of him.
mid. In the right age demographic, isn't he?
Yeah, and like you said, a proper defensive mid who can also rack it up if he can play multiple roles.
Well, he's been having plenty of the footy the
Yeah.
last sort of 6 to 8 weeks as well. So he's working on the offensive side of his game as well, which will be a big plus if we were able to land him. But I thought it was just worth talking about as
On a North pod, because
Yeah.
it's North a link to him. But
and of course
doesn't mean we've landed him, but we've put an offer to his manager and him.
And if the tumour reports it, then it's usually pretty accurate. So
Yep.
I thought I'd roll with it if it's come from his mouth. Right, that's just about us, Chief.
I think that's it. Just a quick one. Well done, girls. Unfurl the flag at Arden Street. Get along if you can. And go on, the Kangas.
Caught me off guard. You just went, oh, hey, let's go. All right, thanks for sticking with us. Please subscribe on whatever listening platform. Follow, find the page on the socials to get your questions in for the pod. That counts for the AFLW as well. We're going to put up a platform to put your questions in there. We'll be back soon. Till next time, go Roos!
Good old North Melbourne, the champions you'll agree. North Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you.